No excuses.
Trying to learn though. That's the thing.
Don't let him fool you.
Wait.
All right.
Well, I was just gonna say, if you keep in mind 24/7, that you're being watched
And recorded.
and recorded. And
Yeah, everybody got a special
you are
assigned
held accountable
angel.
because we're Israelite, because that's what he wants. Think of it that way, and you'll have a whole different perspective. And you'll think more of a spiritual level than you will an earthly level.
I'm gonna bring out something too. When you read Genesis, and Adam was formed from the dust, right? It said he was made in the image of who? He was made in the image of a height, right? You have to understand something, that spirit that's in you is immortal.
It's eternal.
Eternal.
Right. Doesn't die.
Like our Father. Why do you think when you get put in the lake of fire, it's gonna take that long to burn you down?
You're not gonna burn down. You're gonna eternal burn.
Yeah,
You're
we're
not gonna.
quenching it.
God's spirit cannot
Be quenched.
just see. Yeah.
Yeah.
So even
Yeah.
hell, he had to do that for the fallen angels, but he didn't intend it for it to be for his creation.
Yeah.
So now you get to be in the hell
Yeah.
with the fallen angels because you don't want to do what's right, and your soul got to go somewhere. Repent or die. That's what he meant. That's what he meant.
But the fallen angels is his creation.
It is. Every angel up there was created by the Most High. Every one of them. Every single one of them.
Wait, I thought can't angels repopulate?
Well, just put it this way. After the flood, it came back when God did that. So it tells you that they don't die themselves, but the Most High had to place them somewhere. The ones that's buying. That's what Enoch. Read Enoch. All that. Read Enoch, then we'll have this conversation. I won't answer no more of your questions until you read Enoch. On my end, I know the pastors and the elders here, they're going to help you. But until you read Enoch, that's the only way I can really relate to you.
That's gonna take a little bit of time.
Let's get Ezekiel 34.
Ezekiel 34. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say to them, Thus says Yahweh to the shepherds, Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks? Ye eat that fat, the fat, and ye clothe you with the wool. Ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock. The diseased have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick, neither have ye bound up that which was broken, neither have ye brought again that which was driven away, neither have ye sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have ye ruled them.
Everybody see that. By the shepherds. Misleading. Not doing their job. They're not feeding the flock.
Pastors.
I'll put that right up there.
Wait, are you technically a shepherd?
Well, Father put me in this position. I done had my Jonah moment. I done had my Jonah moment.
You know who give us a label as being a shepherd? The sheep. And that's what the Most High would want us to be.
Yeah.
Shepherds within our vicinity, within our people. We had the law. We are charged with the law.
Yeah.
So it's no excuse. What makes it a sin is I'm not telling you something that I know that can save you. That's what he's reading.
Yeah.
He's reading that now. He's smart. He is smart. He's asking questions off the lessons he reads.
Well,
He's very,
you know what he's doing.
Extremely. He's the teacher. He might be the elder. I don't know.
I know, right?
You don't know. God used the simple to confine the things that are wise. You get what I'm
That's what he
saying?
do. Good at it.
Well, I don't go off topic like I used to do. It was awful. I used to go crazy off topic, like crazy. It got a little bit better.
That's because you had somebody else that was hindering you. Because now that you don't have that person to hinder you, now you're asking the right question that you need from your soul and spirit.
Right.
Before you had another person here stirring you up with all that stuff in the world. That would tell you going all the way out to the moon. One day,
Distraction.
Then to get it like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Y'all like way off. Y'all was like going Superman. Y'all way outside.
Yeah, but then my uncle just talked to me about that the Most High is going to smite you, so I kind of changed my mind. Well, he's still probably going to smite me because of the shoes, but for those reasons.
So,
So,
not if you repent.
If you repent, turn from it. You got something, brother?
sorry.
I haven't really researched it, but from what I was told, the Melchizedek order is what we're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to be, reading the Bible every day, learning and teaching others.
Yeah.
And as we work our way up the
High
Melchizedek order,
High priest.
we are priests.
Also, again, that you say that though, Melchizedek order is what? You have to go all the way back to Enoch, like the brother keeps saying, to get the order of Melchizedek order.
Mention that, yeah.
Because we realize, again, Enoch was the first book before Genesis. To get the Melchizedek order, we have to have Enoch, like in these books. If you don't have that knowledge to read Enoch, you, like you said, he can't explain it to you, but you gotta read Enoch to get to understand all the questions you have. And like you said, the Melchizedek order is going back to Enoch. Because Melchizedek's birth is in Enoch only. So you're not finding Melchizedek, you're like, who's Melchizedek? I know he here at the beginning and end. That's what King James 16:11 said. But when you go to Enoch, it breaks down. Enoch, the second Enoch was 3 parts of Enoch. You got first Enoch, second, third. The second one break down who Melchizedek is and it's everything. So how can you have that order?
That's that book that's teaching you.
That's
how to
right.
live. It's called a abstraction. That's how you know the Bible is real. It doesn't have to talk to you and tell you ABC because the book was written for you. That's why you don't see the words like you are black, you are Israel. They want you to be categorized and disbanded with some type of label.
Humanity.
Exactly. But the book is for the people of that Bible, that book.
Yeshaya
It's you.
clearly say he speaking parables because it's not for everybody.
Those
This
have
is
ears.
for us,
Let 'em hear.
his people. He's my sheep, heard my
The
voice.
sheep
So he's
hears
speaking parables to us, and we'll be like, I think you said it earlier, one of y'all said it earlier about, this book is aimed for other books.
Hey,
Why the
show
pastors
us
ain't got these other books? That's for Jubilee, that's for Jasher, that's for Enoch. Oh, 66 books is enough, the pastor tell you. But this book is calling out for these other books. Where they at? Why we don't have them?
And most of them don't even
They don't read the book at all.
validate the early part of the Bible.
You know what the word
They say,
validate?
oh, the New Testament's all that matters.
The validation comes
It's not
from
even New
people
Testament.
that just don't believe in the Most High Himself. Period.
Yeah.
That's why they need validation. That it's not a. You don't want to sit up here and tongue wrestle whether or not these books are true when we know that this book has been the longest lasting book that connected each other by abstraction. This is outside of scientific notations, discoveries. This is what it's connected, which is very scary to the people who have to accept that if this book is true, then the judgment is too. That's what everybody really trying to discredit because they got to feel good about being a sinner. If this book is actually true, and that's why everybody picking a certain scripture, a certain Bible, a certain religion, a certain this to justify certain that, the Old Testament, New Testament, because they trying to bounce around that judgment. That judgment is true.
Also, they're trying to fit their needs for that moment.
That's what they already know where their judgment is.
They know it's
That's
true
smart.
because they live off this. We go on Facebook. You'll
It's
see
very
somebody with a
smart.
situation. They'll take a scripture, brother. They don't know the Bible at all. They'll call you Sister Gita. I got this problem. Give them a scripture. You give them a scripture, they post it faithfully on Facebook. You justify that day, that matter, that situation, because they know it's a healing to
Well,
them.
he didn't actually
It's word of
say
healing.
gay women. He said gay men, but not gay women.
There you go. They never twist it around.
See?
Fit their needs.
The book is true.
The book is true no matter how you try to turn it
That
around.
means judgment.
It's true.
It's true. That's the part they don't want now. That's the part. Now they'll rip out the Bible, the books, just to circumcise or circumvent judgment.
That's NIV, ESV.
Judgment is what they don't want to have to face. Okay? That's the scary thing. That's all you need to realize. Validation. That comes behind judgment.
Hold on. We gotta keep moving.
Okay, sir.
Hit verse 5, bro.
Verse 5. and they were scattered because there is no shepherd. They became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered.
See, became meat to all the beasts. Now, this is not talking about actual sheep, brothers and sisters. It's talking about us. These beasts that you see here, these are other nations. They're eating us. They're feeding off us. See?
You become what again?
Meat.
Read definition of meat. What is meat?
Something to eat.
Something vital. Got protein in it, substance. It's got
Substance.
protein,
Yep.
substance, all the carbohydrates. That's why, you know, people who say they want to be vegetarians, you gotta watch them.
Well, McDonald's doing a great job with that.
Well, you gotta watch those vegetarians because that's a religion. That's a religion. Being a vegetarian is a religion. Pete. Remember, God blessed his food. I'm sorry. No, not all meat. Not all meat, but certain meat. Vegetarian is a religion. Pete gang.
Also, again, like you said about that scripture about meat and all this and that. Then you go back again to the book of Enoch, because you brought up the book Enoch, right? It said he speaks about it. They had our eyes and they this and that.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it out.
That's you got okay. Let me say that.
We're gonna bring it out. That's gonna go hand in hand.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
My bad, I ain't want to
Ezekiel 34, verse 6. My sheep wandered through all the mountains and upon every high hill. Ye, my flock, was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them.
Stop right there. Actually, let's go ahead and get that now. Yeah, Enoch. Go ahead, bro.
No.
Yep. This is a part of Enoch right here that they don't want you to read.
You got 89.
Now remember what we said, the beasts. The beasts. Yep. This Enoch chapter. Make sure you're right. Chapter 7 of that, bro.
It ain't enough.
So Enoch chapter 89, y'all want to write that down? Enoch chapter 89, we're going verses 89. So 89, you're going to go all the way to
Chapter 89.
yeah, chapter 89, verse 89, and to verse 118.
Just out of curiosity, what did this start at the beginning, or like always?
And Enoch,
Yeah, no,
and
not,
this,
yeah.
yeah, they put it, it ain't gonna be in chronological order. I mean, we got a lot of stuff. Enoch chapter 89, so 89 and verse 89 through 118.
So without curiosity, Enoch is like, it talks about straight like angels and stuff.
Enoch talking about everything.
How angels were created.
This entire book, this entire Bible is in Enoch. Believe it or not. Enoch is summed up to everything. The Roman Catholic Church did not want this in the Bible. That's what they took it out.
It identifies them.
Yeah. This deep. Just listen
The
very closely.
judgment. And they don't want the judgment. That part.
Enoch
They didn't
89.
put it in here. This is sequel.
Enoch 89. 89.
89.
Everybody done?
Wait,
Everybody
In the Sefer.
in the seat. Yeah.
I don't have
It
to.
ain't enough.
It's not enough. All right. Everybody pay close attention now. Like we just read now, it said the sheep got scattered and they were meat for all the beasts. All right, go ahead, bro.
He says again, I saw when some of them forsook the house of their Adonai.
Meat master.
Him, but
Yep.
you know, put master in it. And his tower, wandering on all sides and growing blind. And I saw Yahweh of the sheep made a great slaughter among them in their pasture until they cried out to him in consequence of that slaughter. Then he departed from the place and left them in the power of lions, tigers, wolves, and the hyenas, and in the power of foxes and of every beast.
Yep. Now see right there where it says of every beast. They went more into detail, calling you the names of these beasts: foxes, lions, wolves, all this stuff like that. This is what the Father look at the other nations. That's what he called them. We are his sheep. We his children. Right?
That's right. That's
Hold on,
right.
hold on, wait, pay attention now. Pay attention.
And the wild beasts began to tear them. I saw too that he forsook the house of their fathers and their tower, and given them all into the power of lions to tear and devour them into the power of every beast. Then I began to cry out with all my might, imploring Yahweh of the sheep, of showing him how the sheep were devoured by all the beasts of prey. But he looked on in silence, rejoicing that they were devoured, swallowed up, and carried off, and leaving them in the power of every beast for food.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Now think about it. Why would our Father do that? And why would he be rejoicing about it? Everybody turn to Proverbs chapter 1. Let me show y'all how this works. Y'all done heard of precept on precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, there a little.
Honestly, I was trying to understand what he's saying. Since I don't have to read it for my own self while I'm listening, I didn't really understand what he was trying to say.
All right. Everybody, hold on. Everybody turn to Proverbs chapter 1, 22 through 30. Now, to explain to you what he just read, when we read in Ezekiel 34, in verse 5, it says, and they were scattered. Who was scattered? The sheep were scattered, right?
Yes.
It says, because there was no shepherd, right? That's what just happened right there, right? The shepherd didn't care. Shepherd back was turned and did whatever. It says, and they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered.
What that was in Ezekiel.
Yeah, remember that was Ezekiel 34. Everybody, 34, verse 5. But we all going to Proverbs 1, 22 through 30, right?
Everybody has it? Proverbs 1, verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
Hate knowledge. Keep going, bro.
Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded it.
Stop right there. Who's talking? That's our Father talking. He said, since I called, ain't nobody listen. Right? He said, I stretched out my hand, and this is what y'all do? Okay, keep going.
But ye have set a naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock you. I will mock when your fear cometh.
This the Father saying.
So what he meant by fear means like destruction, being murdered.
When your destruction come, he said, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh at it because you ain't want to listen to me. So now you fell into that pit. So I'm going to laugh at you.
You in fear now.
You in fear now.
Go walk to the stove and come back.
That's what's happening right
You
here.
in fear.
These other nations
You know
tearing
you're a
us up.
target.
Yep.
You know you're a target.
Bring it out.
Yep.
When your fear cometh as desolation,
Yeah, you good.
when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer.
I would not answer. Didn't that just happen to Enoch?
But
He said the sheep called out. Enoch said he was calling out.
Right.
And the Father said he ain't even look. He looked on smiling, laughing.
wait, I got a curiosity. Was Enoch doing something bad, or he was just with that group at the time?
He's showing you the curse.
He's showing
prophecy.
you. Yeah,
Prophecy.
he's
He's
prophesying.
Prophesying what happened. What God said.
What he's doing, he's taking you to Enoch prophesied the same thing that's prophesied in his book, like the Father said. He's confirming. So all he's doing is showing you that Enoch did
In
that.
another way, who would have known he can do that?
Yeah.
Except this brother doing the research and tying it in. What other people wouldn't want you to know that these scriptures was woven together like this? Why not? Because if the Bible is true, so is judgment.
So it's judgment.
And that's why they don't want all these books to agree. Like, you know, tonight we got another sit down with you guys that don't believe in Enoch, period. You know, but we're going to bring it out to them that, hey, line for line, precept on precept.
I just want to say one thing. I gotta leave, y'all. Not really leave, but didn't I tell you all that I was gonna learn more in these 30 minutes to an hour than a whole 12 years of education in Christianity?
That's right.
That's amazing. He just tied this scripture in. I
Praise
recorded.
y'all.
Look at
Praise
that.
y'all, bro.
That's another
All
confirmation
praise to y'all.
in the Bible showing how these scriptures are woven.
They'll move their time. And they'll never be broken. His chain never be broken.
Woo, his word shall go forth. He said, send his word, and it shall not come back void. And every day we learning different other things in the Bible that's woven. The truth is the more scientists, more science, notations and scientific creations and different discoveries. It's just showing them that there's a higher power. That's what they call it.
Out of curiosity, how he was to teach this to like certain people?
Spirit of wisdom.
Like, for example, it was one person at my school. He has a horrible stuttering problem. And it's like every time as soon as he raises his hand, it's like, and people be laughing. But I was to teach that to a person of that nature.
You know where we all the time.
I was to teach that if a person comes in like that, I was to teach that to a person.
Pray. Pray. The Most High, like he said, the shepherds, the sheep shall hear the shepherd. You can preach all day.
Yeah, I want to know, y'all do this like, what, every Saturday? Or?
Yeah,
Every Saturday.
Thank the Most High.
As long, brother.
This on the time y'all do it on Saturday?
Yeah, like at 10 o'clock. We're gonna soon we're gonna get our own place, and then that way we can start having, you know, more assemblies. Like I said, let me see it, brother. Come on in.
Yeah, I want, next time I come, I want to, I want to come join y'all.
Yeah, definitely, brother. Definitely,
Anytime.
yeah. The door always open, bro.
All right, brother.
I know a lot, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of things I don't know either, you know.
None of us don't know everything. Yeah, we
But
all
you
learn.
Israelite?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And you know we gotta go back to the law, statutes, commandments, and judgment, right?
yeah.
All right, let's bring it out. Let's finish this thing.
Yep.
Okay, then Proverbs, still in Proverbs
Mm-hmm.
27.
Yeah, we're on verse 27. Yep.
When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
They would none of my counsel. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof.
Mm-hmm. Now, jumping back to Enoch, right? Where we at, brother?
We on 90,
94. Yep. Mm-hmm.
yeah, 94.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 94. It says, but he looked on in silence, rejoicing that they were devoured, swallowed up, and carried off, and leaving them in the power of every beast for food.
Mm-hmm.
He called also 70 shepherds and resigned to them the sheep, that they might overlook them, saying to them and to their associates, every one of you henceforth overlook the sheep, and whatsoever I command you, do, and I will deliver them to you numbered. I will tell you which of them shall be slain, these destroyed, and he delivered the sheep to them. Then he called to another and said, understand and watch everything which the shepherd shall do to these sheep, for many more of them shall perish than I have commanded. On every excess and slaughter which the shepherds shall commit, there shall be an account as how many may have perished by my command, and how many they may have destroyed of their own heads.
Now, this part right here that's talking, when these people were put over us, our Father told them, this how many you can kill, this how many you leave alive.
Mm-hmm.
They said, we're going to do what we want to do. So our Father said, okay, keep reading.
Of all the destruction by each of the shepherds there shall be an account, and according to the number I will cause a reciprocal to be made before me, how many they have destroyed of their own heads, and how many they have delivered up to destruction, that I may have this testimony against them, that I may know all their proceedings, and that delivering to them I may see what they will do, whether they will act as I have commanded them or not. However, they shall be ignorant, neither shall you make any explanation to them, neither shall you reprove them, but there shall be an account of all the destruction done by them in their respective seasons. Then they began to kill and destroy more than it was commanded them.
See?
And they
Now keep going.
and they left the sheep in the power of the lions, so that very many of them were devoured and swallowed up by lions and tigers, and wild boars preyed upon them. That tower they burnt and overthrew that house. Then I grieved extremely on account of the tower, and because the house of the sheep was overthrown. That's deep.
Did everybody get the meaning of that? The city, Jerusalem, getting destroyed. Our kingdom falling because we didn't want to listen to the commandments of our Father. So we was given into the hands of the beasts. The beasts, the people of the nations, they tearing us down. They eating us alive.
Wait, what's boar?
Boars? A boar is a type of pig. People don't believe it. A boar will eat you. It will eat you. A razorback.
You mean they'll come after you like predators?
You lay there long enough in a normal, with a pig pen, they will eat you. They will eat you. Please understand that. Lay there long enough, they will eat you. That's like a pig is not a clean animal.
Right. So, okay. That's right.
Says, neither did I grieved extremely on account of the tower, and because the house of the sheep was overthrown.
See?
Neither was I afterwards able to perceive whether they again entered that house. The shepherds were likewise, and their associates delivered them to all the wild beasts, that they might devour them. Each of them, in his season, according to his number, was delivered up. Each of them, one with another, was described in a cipher. How many of them, one with another, were destroyed in the cipher? More, however, than was ordered. Everyone killed and destroyed. Then I began to weep and was greatly indigent on account of the sheep. In like manner also I saw in the vision him who wrote, how he wrote down one destroyed by the shepherds every day. He ascended, remained, and exhibited each of his Sapphirium to Ahiah of the sheep, all which they had done, and all which each of them had made away with, and all which they had delivered up to destruction. He took the cipher up in his hands, read it, sealed it, and deposited it. After this, I saw shepherds overlooking for 12 hours, and behold, 3 of the sheep departed, arrived, went in, and began building all which was fallen down of that house. But the wild boars hindered them, although they prevailed not. Again, they began to build as before, and raised up that tower, which was called a lofty tower. And again, they began to place before the tower a table, with every impure and unclean kind of bread upon it. Moreover, also all the sheep were blind, and could not see, as were the shepherds likewise. Thus were they delivered up to the shepherds for great destruction, who trod them under foot and devoured them. Yet was there a higher silent until all the sheep in the field were destroyed. The shepherds and the sheep were all mixed together, but they did not save them from the power of the beast.
Okay, stop right there. Everybody turn to Zechariah. We're going to go back into the 6 books. Hold that place, brother. Zechariah chapter 1. I think I went over this a while back with y'all one time before. But Zechariah chapter 1, we're going to go to verse 12, right? And just show y'all how this ties in. How Enoch saw all this back then, and we're going to show you now in these books right here how they go together, right?
Wait, curiosity. Back in Enoch time, it wasn't that many people around.
Yeah, there was a lot of people.
I thought it was like 100,000 people.
There was a lot of people in Enoch time. Before the flood.
They lived 900 years back then.
Yeah, they lived a long time. Yeah.
Well, why they live for so long? And why we can't live
We
that
supposed
long?
to be forever.
Yeah. Remember, they was more closer to,
Yeah.
back then. So us, as time going, we diminish.
So we basically like dust currently.
Yeah, we does. We like vapor. Our life force is vapor.
Why
Yeah,
they get 900 years?
their life force is like vapor. Nobody made it one day with our Father. Nobody lived 1,000 years. Everybody lived most people lived 100, 900. Some people 700, 600.
Wait,
You know.
do they look old and crispy looking too?
No, I don't
They
think
still
so.
look good. Abraham was good.
Remember, Moses died with his full strength. Moses died with his full strength as an old man.
Oh.
You got full strength now, right? Because you're young. Now imagine this old man, he still got his strength like he was in his youth. Just something to think about, right? We're Zechariah, chapter 1, verses 12. I'm gonna read down to 21, right?
Then the angel of Yahweh answered and said, Yahweh of hosts, how long wilt thou not have mercy on Jerusalem and on the cities of Judah, against which thou hast hid indignation these 70 years?
Stop right there. Didn't we just read something like that in Enoch?
Yeah.
How long you gonna not say nothing? How long you gonna let all this go down? How long you gonna let the sheep get killed? Then he just said right here, how long you gonna let the cities of Judah get tore up in Jerusalem? How long you gonna have no mercy? He just said that. Who are the sheep? The Israelites. This is right here. Keep going, brother.
And Yahweh answered the angel that talked with me with good words and comfortable words. So the angel that communed with me said unto me, cry thou sayings. Thus says Yahweh of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy. And I am very sore to please with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased. And they helped forward the affliction.
Right there. Didn't he just tell them, kill this many, do that? They did exactly what they wanted. So the Father said, take note of what they do. Take note of everything they do.
Wait, they was talking to an angel. I was talking to us right now.
Well, this all this applies to us now,
This is-
but this is talking to an angel. That's why he said, write down every single thing that they do. That's why we tell you, it's an angel right here. Write down every single thing that you do. Everything. You think nobody see you. When you sit here laughing, you're not paying attention. That angel sitting there writing that down. That's going to come back up. That's why we tell you, be serious about this. When you was on the phone texting that girl on Sabbath day, all that's going to come up.
Keep bringing that.
Of course I'm bringing, because I don't want you to burn.
Yeah, but I know, but you keep bringing the thing that already got buried in this.
It's not buried, because you keep doing stuff. It's not buried. The scripture say, cry loud, spare not. We're going to have to do that. We're going to have to police each other. We're going to have to do that. If I'm doing something, cut me.
It's true.
I'm telling you, cut me. I'd rather y'all cut me than he cut me. Because you ain't going to get up when he cut you.
At least you got the time to repent.
Yeah.
Change from.
Well, if you're wicked.
I'm sorry. We was, I'm sorry, Zechariah 1, started verse 12. Yeah.
15.
Yeah, 15, yeah. So we're going to go all the way down to 21.
And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. It says, therefore, thus says Yahweh, I have returned to Jerusalem with mercies. My house shall be built in it, saith Yahweh of hosts, and a line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem. Cry yet, saying, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, my cities through prosperity shall yet be spread abroad, and Yahweh shall yet comfort Zion, and shall yet choose Jerusalem. Then lifted I up mine eyes, and saw, and behold, 4 horns. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, what be these? And he answered me, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. And Yahweh showed me 4 carpenters. And then said I, what come to these to do? And he spake, saying, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, so that no man did lift up his head. But these are come to fray them to cast out the horns of the Gentiles, which lifted up their horn over the land of Judah to scatter it.
Okay.
So wait, who's the I heard that carpenters are people that clean up like a whole entire house. I heard another thing that carpenters are going to be the people that kill off the wicked through Israel, and I'm still confused with what carpenter is completely.
Well, in this sense right here, when it's talking about you got something?
Yeah, it's a
right.
builder. No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Well, like she said, a carpenter is a builder, right? But when it's referring in this situation right here, these are going to be nations.
Well, think about it, when they took crafty counsel against us, that's a carpenter called.
Yeah,
You realize they built up crafty counsel to scatter us and destroy us as a people. So that's the carpenter is people that were like crafty counsel,
Mm-hmm.
and they like called their design. Like for example, with design, they gave us Christianity, they gave us all this pagan stuff, they gave us football, they gave us sports. That was crafty. Those carpenters, they sat down and they came up with all this stuff to deceive us.
Mm-hmm.
Unjust the foundation,
Yeah.
continual.
Right.
Which was one of them.
15, 115, brother.
Okay
And
then.
Enoch, back Enoch.
It says, moreover, also back to Enoch. Enoch 89,
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
verse 115. It says, moreover, also all the sheep were blind and could not see, as were the shepherds likewise. Thus were they delivered up to the shepherds for a great destruction, who trod them underfoot and devoured them. Yet was there a higher silent until all the sheep in the field were destroyed. The shepherds and the sheep were all mixed together, but they did not save them from the power of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Then he who wrote the Sefer ascended, exhibited it, and read it, and the residents of Yahiah of the sheep, he petitioned him for them, and prayed, pointing out every act of the shepherds, and testifying before him against them all. Then, taking the Sefer, he deposited it with him and departed.
All right. Now, let's take a closer look at these beasts. All right. Start, this is chapter 90 of Enoch, right? Now, we just read that the sheep were blinded, right? So we lost our knowledge, we lost our inheritance, we lost everything, we got scattered, correct? Now, that Psalms 83, we all know that, they took crafty counsel. Now, Enoch chapter 90 is going to go into more detail about these beasts and what they did, how that crafty counsel came, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Enoch 90, verse 1. And I observed during the time that thus 37 shepherds were overlooking, all of whom finished in their respective periods as the first. Others then received them into their hands, that they might overlook them in their respective periods, every shepherd in his own period. Afterwards I saw in the vision that all the birds of heaven arrived, angels, the avis, kites, and ravens. The eagle instructed them all.
Now see,
Wow.
the eagle instructed them all. He's instructing the rest of these birds. How are we going to get on these sheep? All right. Mm-hmm. And you have to understand something about the eagle. Who is the eagle? See, that eagle keeps showing up. Just like I showed you a long time ago in class. I remember that. That eagle represents somebody. Represents a nation.
Edomites.
Mm-hmm.
Get that written down. It says, okay, it says, they began to devour the sheep, to peck out their eyes, and to eat up their bodies. The sheep then cried out for their blood, for their bodies were devoured by the birds. I also cried out and groaned in my sheep against the shepherd, which overlooked the flock. Now we just read that. And I looked while the sheep were eaten up by the dogs, by the eagles, and by the kites. They neither left them their body, nor their skin, nor their muscles, until their bones alone remained, until their bones fell upon the ground, and the sheep became diminished. I observed likewise during the time that 23 shepherds were overlooking, who completed in their respective periods 58 periods. Then were small lambs born of those white sheep, who began to open their eyes and to see, crying out to the sheep. The sheep, however, cried not out to them, neither did they hear what they uttered to them, but were deaf, blind, and obdurate in the greatest degrees. 10.
Now see what I got from that part right there? What y'all think that part's talking about?
They didn't listen.
They still ain't listening. So truth came to them, they still ain't want to listen. Right? Y'all heard of the Valley of the Dry Bones, right?
Never heard of it.
Y'all never heard of it? We need to go over that. We never went over that in this class. That's talking about this part right here. Our knowledge restricted us, me and our garments, our clothing. We were blinded. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we come from. Right? I'm gonna go ahead and use this analogy. We're all familiar with the three monkeys, right?
Who are the three monkeys?
Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, right? Do y'all know the other saying to that? Keep them deaf, dumb, and blind.
My brother got that tattoo on his body.
Keep them
All
deaf,
three.
dumb, and blind. That means a lot. That means a lot. Everybody, the Valley of Dry Bones in Ezekiel chapter 37. That's what time we got. Yep, yep. Okay. I'll write that down. Ezekiel chapter 37. Now, a lot of, in Christianity, they'll tell you that this prophecy has already been fulfilled. It was fulfilled in 1948. Oh, see, all of the Jews are coming home. That is a lie. That is a straight up lie.
Ezekiel 14, you say?
Oh no, 37. See, Ezekiel chapter 37. And this breaks down the resurrection of the dry bones. It's talking about us coming back together, us getting our knowledge and wisdom.
I thought there should be way more corruption in the world before the Jews come back home.
What you mean?
Like, there's gonna be a lot more corruption and there's gonna be a lot more people dying.
Yes, we ain't went home yet.
It ain't even
Yeah,
the tip of the ice.
yeah, they ain't even warmed up yet.
Yeah, are you familiar with what's going on in the world? I mean, there's children starving to death every single day.
Yeah, but
a lot of countries, there's wars, there's so much evil going on.
the children, they're still, the nation still, they probably get punished for what they did.
What did it do?
I mean, not them, but their forefathers and what they did. That's why they probably get punished.
But you're missing the point.
Yeah.
Okay, you could say that, but you gotta realize now that we coming into this truth and we know to help people and benefit. He said, what is if a man follow all commandments and he got no charity, now this whole nation don't have no charity. They're not, those people that are poor, yeah. Those people poor, they ain't got this and that. But this nation, we rich. We eat every day. We waste food. We throw away everything. We waste money. People eating dirt sandwiches, man. And we can see it on TV. But you better not go over there and try to feed them. Why not? We got people staying in this neighborhood right here. Ain't got no food. The system is designed to keep, like for example, you at the house nigga, you at the field nigga. Right now we're like house field nigga, you know what I'm saying? We got a little bit of money, we think we all that. We selfish. We can't help people.
So, out of curiosity, what about the anti-racists, like people trying to help us? Anti.
I understand the question.
But we just
Anti-racist?
Yeah, we're saying, you said people trying to help
We got
us.
that in all nations, anti-racist.
You gotta understand some racism too. That's so fake. It ain't.
That came with
Oh
religion.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That came with religion.
So that's in all nations. Who don't have an understanding.
Well, you need power to be racist.
Race is like saying, you got muscle, you bigger than me, I'm skinny, I hate you. Or you taller than me, I hate you. Or I look better than you, I hate you. Racism came from within nations before, because this Bible don't speak about that.
I heard that race is supposed to protect us.
That's a lie. Racist divides.
Yeah.
It divides. It
Separates.
devours. It conquers.
Stereotype.
You ever heard of the Willie Lynch law?
Never heard of it.
That's why they're quick to say we destroying each other. But we was taught to hate each other.
Yeah.
You was taught to hate your brother's dark skin. You was taught to hate the women. You was taught to hate your kids. You was taught to hate yourself. That's why you get a lot of women, Israelites, want to bleach their hair. Michael Jackson bleach his skin. All that.
Well, he got run the eye though.
We was taught this, man. We was taught this hate within our own nation.
Racism is the belief in superiority of one race over another, which often results in discrimination. That could be from any other nation, because Africans don't like us. Chinese people don't really like us. I mean, it's a lot of other things. And prejudice towards people based on their race or ethnicity. Well, meaning which nation they're from or what kind of people they be. It says, as of the 2000s, the use of the term racism does not easily fall under a single definition because it's multiplied.
Because it's created by man, the word, the whole word is created by man. They can split it, they can put it, they fit their favor, they can put it in its category. Or they put it over here, let's put race over here, they can put it anywhere. Like I say the word in the world means 7 different things.
You could describe as Black Lives Matter as being racist. Why you just singling out blacks? You got that coming. You got a lot of everybody lives matters. But
Okay, put it. Let's go back to slavery. When they was killing us, hanging us, that was racist, right? When they started trying to say they were trying to help us, they called it racism. But when they were doing it to us, it was not called racist at all. They know you racist towards them, but now you say something about them as racism. But they killing all of us, and it was going one way.
oh yeah,
It was not racist then. But now when we're retaliating back on it, now racist means it go both ways now.
just like some of the people, man, don't say no name, little big, the guy at job. So all that's over now. Talking about the past times. Well, that's just like them saying that. They forgetting it, washing it up under the rug.
Well, our father, or whatever.
Don't call it race. This like, it's just more like, this didn't happen during this time. It's
Okay.
over. You know what I'm saying? Just washing it up under the rug, forgetting about it.
In Revelation,
Like it didn't ever happen.
in Revelation, okay, people say that. Revelation, I don't know if that's
Times has
scripture.
changed.
But Isaiah said, he that killed the soul will be killed with the sword. So he telling you everybody that did something is going to be held accountable for that. So ain't nobody going to escape that. So you can say, oh, that's over, that's whatever. But the Bible's telling you that, who he that killed the sword will be killed with the sword. He that leadeth into captivity should go into captivity. Wait a minute. It's not happened yet, because he's saying that he that leadeth into captivity should go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword should be killed with the sword. That's letting you know the Father saying no. Everybody did all this stuff, then something will happen to them.
Your recompense.
So it goes around, comes around, basically. Goes around, comes around.
Oh, it's more like your
Facts.
count.
What happened is, like that guy said, judgment. Judgment is coming.
So,
Judgment is coming. Your every idle word.
so wait, how would judgment work on America?
Revelation, that great big Babylon, that great big city that fell in 1 hour.
You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow.
But the people that actually created America, they won't be here to see America fall. They won't see.
That's not what Scripture say. He said the whole world gonna see it.
Then how they gonna?
Right now, brother, see that cell phone,
Yeah.
TV, we gonna see, well, we probably not us in the generation come, whatever, but they gonna be able to see great big Babylon, New York City fall. Everybody gonna see it fall in the hour, just like the Bible
Yeah,
says.
you said we probably won't be here to see it. Huh?
Think about Twin Towers. Who in the world didn't see that?
George Washington.
He talking about beef in the past.
Right. If our Father spoke it, it's gonna get done, brother. Who's here or not, whether you sleep or you whatever. But the ones that's woke, some people gonna be here that's woke gonna see it. That's what I'm saying. The Bible say that.
So wait, is this the last generation by any chance, or is it gonna be another generation?
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
The angels don't know that.
That's
So
above our pay
the
grade.
sight don't know that. I don't know.
So lives.
You just get into the Lord's Testament Commandments, read the book, and get your life right.
So today could be the last weekend. This could be the last weekend.
Good.
We probably want to leave this building. It could be the last minute.
Throughout the same day, it could be a second. Be here
Not
one
even
minute,
as shy.
be
as
gone the
that.
next.
Mhm.
I know plenty of people that done sat around laughing and joking. Gone. For real.
So wait, so yeah. Wait, are we done lesson or you got more?
That's it for now. Like I said, if y'all want to write down Ezekiel 37, that's the valley of dry bones. Yeah, so 1 through 14. You can actually read the whole chapter, 1 through 28. That's the whole chapter. That's when our nation get resurrected. You know, when we start getting our knowledge and wisdom back. Ezekiel 37. So that's 1 through 28.
So I was saying, like, well, I've been sort like the guy was explaining to like a student at my class that be like stutter, like or it was another student that over time he'll look up into the corner and it's saying it's funny, but it's not funny at the same time. But I just say how you deal with people like that.
Do you pray before you preach to them?
I didn't preach to them because.
Well, you got to pray for them.
Because I was a preach to someone that can't really understand.
What make you think they can't understand? Because he stuttered?
No, him, it was another student that says, looking up to the roof and says,
They got to do they understand it.
because they can't really even, they can talk, but they in their own mindset.
But what the word do?
It could change, it has a lot of power to it, it can change people.
Does the Bible say love your brother? How do you know who he is?
It is really good.
What
Give
do
him the
you
benefit of the doubt.
what do you say give you power?
To preach.
He said, cast out demons, heal the sick, cleanse the leper, right? Therefore, some of these people are bound by Satan. He blessing you with his word, his spirit, that you can lay your hands on that person, help that person, and heal that person. Now, the guy's stuttering, you can pray and go and touch that person. Listen to me. You decided to say this can be done. And you can pray and you can help him get healed.
It happened with Moses.
So what about that one?
Right. It's the lady that was that was bent over for he said what's the name they use the woman that now be loose, whatever. That's right. So she said she was bound by Satan. So his tongue could be bound by Satan. But our Father wants you to go and touch him and heal him so he can work his miracle through you.
So what about the guy that was singing and dancing?
Same thing, that's the spirit.
Yeah, the spirits and everything. Like I
It's the
said,
spirit you're dealing with.
we've been seeing this stuff our whole life. We just didn't know what it was at the time.
Now we know.
Yeah, now we know.
Well, what about us, ourselves?
Yeah.
We wasn't.
Not only that, what's going to feel better? A laugh knowing that you're going to be held accountable for your actions later. It's probably not going to be a positive thing. Or being able to help the man and guide him to something that may give him eternal life.
You know, whether help him get eternal life, but
Suppose you go to school one day, right?
yeah.
No, before you go to a new school, everybody in the room bust out laughing as soon as they see you. But you don't know why they're laughing at you. They're just laughing at you. The whole school is laughing at you. Would you like that?
No.
Or would you laughing at him? Everybody in the whole school laughing at him. He's singing out. But laughing at you can't take it, right? At least he could take it, the guy that got the problem.
Well, he doesn't really understand.
That's what you think.
You got ignorant.
Not only that, aren't we supposed to be the ones that set the
Set it
example?
out.
If we, stop people from laughing and let them know, hey man, this is a human being. This guy's got feelings just like anybody else.
I know, but many people did try to. Okay.
Well, sometimes it takes more than once. Sometimes it takes more than 10 times. But if you are determined to do what you need to do, guess what?
I mean, people don't bust out laughing because tonight you be just going 5 to 30, maybe a minute of just saying, I don't like try to be laughing. At first I wasn't laughing, but over time he just for like a minute or so. Yeah, I feel bad for laughing, but
Yeah, bro.
We don't think of how you for another lesson, Heavenly Father, for edify your truth, Heavenly Father, according to all your books, Heavenly Father. want to lead us, guide us today, Heavenly Father. We lead this about, Heavenly Father, as we go out to this world, Heavenly Father. See your holy angels to guide us, Heavenly Father, keep us. In your name, the Son's holy name, cited. So be it.
So be it.
Mm.